Welcome back. You're watching France 24 and it's time for Media Watch with James Creedon, our wrap of the top stories in the international media. Good evening.
Hi, Lana.
And we start with social media, which will be under tight observation this weekend, especially Sunday. It's the second round of the French presidential election. No exit polls can get out before 8 p.m.
That's right. Now, it already created a lot of a controversy 2 weeks ago during the first round of the election.
I remember.
When there was that sort of grey zone of about an hour to an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours
where
before.
Where we all had the exit poll results and couldn't give them.
No one inside France, no media inside France could talk about it, but on social media and in the foreign media, which was being backed into France via social media, people had access to the first exit poll results, which of course then we saw within 24 hours they were readjusted and it wasn't exactly the final result, as it never is with exit poll results. But many are saying it's a slightly, if not very, outdated system in France whereby exit poll results cannot be released during the period when the polls are still open, when people can go to vote, because there's a fear that they could be influenced. So in any case, just a quick look at where we now stand 2 weeks on from the first round. Little has changed. You can see her here on Belgian RTL. RTL also exists in France, the radio station. They're saying Belgian media will broadcast the results ahead of that 8 p.m. watershed. So they are saying that is certainly going to happen. The Belgian state media have already said that from around 5:30 on, they'll be giving their first results. Of course, this isn't just about freedom of information ethics. It's also about money, because they get a lot of advertising revenue because a lot of traffic goes onto their websites from France. People going to the Belgian media, going to the Swiss media to see what's happening. Now, just to bring us back to 2 weeks ago, there was a hashtag that got an awful lot of media attention: Radio London, Radio Londres.
And that was the code.
That's right. Now, it's a reference to Charles de Gaulle, right?
Of course.
Which,
and his appeal from London during World War II.
That's right. So it was a way of coding messages on social media so as not to be not to be liable to big hefty fines that the state said they would impose on people.
There were some pretty clever codes.
There was, and indeed what they're saying now is that you can see on this particular tweet here, from midnight tonight it's bye-bye polls, because from midnight tonight we're not allowed to talk about it anymore, and hello or welcome back Radio Londres, in other words, back to the code language. And you can see here they're already trying to develop ways in which they could sort of refer to the different candidates. You can see people talking about uninstalling Sarkozy in 2 days. So people using it not just for code language, but for a lot of other things too. And I also saw tweets here as well from Swiss media and from, if I could find them again, I seem to have missed them, but saying, come to our media on Sunday, we will have the results for you.
It's really a boon for them.
That's right. That's right. So they're also talking too about how Mikhail is in the plane could be code for Hollande winning. I'm not sure where that came from, but we
need someone to decode that. But all right, there will be plenty of ways to find out.
Absolutely. And just a quick word on social media across the campaign, actually, because we saw 2 days ago during the presidential debate how fact-checking took place largely on social media. To explain that, and I think we have some pictures of the debate 2 days ago.
There were so many statistics being thrown around.
That's right. I think I read somewhere that Nicolas Sarkozy, on 97 different occasions, that's once every 47 seconds, gave a statistic of one kind or another.
It's so confusing to viewers.
That's right. And a lot of the time the statistics were spun in some way or other, so they weren't fully accurate. So what you saw online was people fact-checking, and I think we have examples of that here. And indeed, one particular website called OVNI had what they called a truthometer, a véritomètre, which showed that in fact the candidates were often incorrect or inaccurate in what they were saying. So social media there again played a very central role in, I suppose, that debate, and what analysts are now saying, and you can see the debate taking place here on the website Newsring, is perhaps fact-checking should be integrated into TV debates, so that when a candidate comes out with a particular fact, already that fact-checking mechanism that we see on social media will be integrated. And I think in 5 years' time, we will see differences. Something like that may well have been integrated into TV debates, and perhaps this whole exit poll farce on social media will have in some way been resolved.
It does sound outdated, but
yes,
definitely social media are changing the way these campaigns happen. The media are also focusing today on a bit of a Freudian slip by France's defense minister. It's interesting.
Right. I think I find in the French media in particular there is a fascination with Freudian slips. I don't know, is it because Lacan was a psychoanalyst, or I don't know, but so they call them lapsus here, right? A lapsus. In any case, you have Gérard Longuet, he is the defense minister, And on our sister radio channel, RFI, he gave an interview this morning. Now, he has been accused of being a little bit too pally with the far right in France. So let's take a listen to his interview this morning to RFI.
Et donc la question se pose à la gauche comme à la droite. Comment gérer une relation avec un parti qui a la tentation de se banaliser? Et pour nous, au Front National, pour eux, au Front National, c'est un vrai problème.
It's quite a slip.
There you go. So he didn't obviously mean that, but I suppose they do say that Freudian slips are a revelation about what you really
think. Of what your unconscious think.
This is it. In any case, now just to quickly mention François Bayrou, centrist candidate, he decided to support François Hollande. A big shock because he's historically more
surprising.
centre right. And in any case, a lot of people that has been, well, that's not the one I wanted to show. Hold on, where is it? People have been saying that this is a really big blow to Nicolas Sarkozy. Plantu, the cartoonist for Le Monde, shows Bayrou literally putting his hand through Sarkozy's head in order to vote for François Hollande. Now, of course, he's not endorsing Hollande, but he's saying that he personally will vote for him. Here's another one of François Bayrou literally just smacking Sarkozy in the face, and that is a reference to a moment in 2002 when he slapped a guy on the campaign trail, a young
kid, actually.
Right, who was apparently trying to pickpocket him. So there you go. In any case, people saying that it was a big smack for Nicolas Sarkozy, although it ain't over yet because the poll results are closing in. Sarkozy is gaining ground on Hollande, so we'll have to see.
But no more polls starting a few hours from now.
That's right.
We'll see on Sunday.
Mom.
Thanks very much for that. James Creedon, that was Media Watch on France 24. Do stay tuned. Up next is Web News. We round up the top internet content of this week.